Wool Roadtrip is right around the corner, and so I need to actually clear some space in my wool stash. We've already spun a bunch this year, but we've barely made a dent in the stash. To be honest, I don't have a huge stash, but it's housed in a very small space. It's the cupboard behind me and it's just part of it. And I like it that way because it's less overwhelming, but that doesn't stop it from being overwhelming. Hiya besties, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today, like you may have deduced, we are gonna go on another spinning adventure. So let's list what I want to try and get out of my stash today. First of all, Minty spin. I want to finish my Minty spin. That's going to use up all of this green and pink fluff, as well as some Angelina fiber. I already have a skein of this that I spun last year, but I need to finish up the entire spin project. So that's my #1 priority today. Second, I want to work on this pencil roving. I dyed this Moody hank of fiber some years ago, and it's time to spin it. I don't want to see it in my stash anymore, so it's on my list. It's ready to be on. And those two are already 300 grams of fiber, and I don't know if I'll have time for more, but if we do have time for more, I also want to start on this braid of silk merino. It's another 200 grams, so we shall see, but we can hopefully at least start this. I feel like I'm ever so slightly strapped for time, as I'm leaving in 4 days, and I expect to bring home more wool, so I think we should just start. Let's go. As Minty is my first priority today, I will start with this project. And the first step today will be dividing up the wool. I will be spinning this as a fractal spin, and I plan on making 2 slightly different ones by playing around with the amount of colour repeats, so this will require some planning, weighing and thinking. In my video from last year about the previous Minty skein I spun, I went over how to spin a fractal, so if this is something you'd like to try, you can find that video linked up in the corner. I will also be adding in glitter for the pink parts of my yarn. I'm going to start with this first half of my 200 grams of wool, which will have 4 repeats of the green and pink for the first ply and 8 repeats for the second ply. As always, I will be spinning on my antique spinning wheel. I did learn from the last time we did a spinning video that I should start with my extra bobbins. This is because they fit on the lazy Kate I own, which the wheel's original bobbin does not, and it will make it a lot easier to later ply the yarn. Other than adding in the Angelina glitter in the pink sections, I'm not really doing anything special at all with this spin, just a thin yarn with a normal mounted twist that will later be turned into a 2-ply yarn. With fractals, all of the fancy is in your fibre prep and how you map out your colours. Honestly, fractals are probably my favourite to spin. They come out kind of fun, like they require a specific project to really shine, and I have yet to find that project, but they are so fun to make. But after a little while we filled the first bobbin, so now it is time to spin the second thread, and that one is going to be even more fun as it has more and shorter colour repeats. Chandra is here to do his quality control checks, and I think we're approved to continue if we just give him a little cuddle first. And on we go with the second ply, which I'm so excited. Oh, Queen Elsa has appeared, and she also requires cuddles. She loves the spinning wheel for some reason. It's really sweet. Cat cuddles are done, I think, for now at least, so let's finish this bobbin of yarn. And there we go. Now it is time to pop them on the laser gate and start plying. This time I'm going to be keeping track of how many times I treadle for an as even and balanced yarn as possible. This is a trick I learned at the workshop I took during wool road trip, which despite the intro of the video being filmed before the road trip happened, has in fact now already been, and I am, as you can see, back home with new knowledge and new inspiration. During the course of the workshop I picked up as much info as I possibly could, and I will for sure utilize that in my future spinning projects. But we have a finished yarn on the wheel now, and so I'm going to turn it into a skein. Oh, it's so pretty. Now I have my last 100 grams of this fibre to go, but I think I will go in between with another project. The pencil roving. I've spun yarns from this base in the past, and from what I can remember it's kind of annoying to work with, so I'm going to try something new with this one. I'll turn all of this into a bunch of little Rolags. Now I don't have a blending board, but I do have a pair of hand carders, and I will be using those as best I can. Wow, everything is so bright. But hi, hello. I wanted to check in a little. I have, like we saw, finished the first half of my Minty spin, or my second third of my Minty spin, but the first half of this video. And I thought I would go in between with something else, like you saw, because I already started, and then I figured I'd talk about it. I'm making little Rolags. I've got so many. There are a bunch behind me in that shelf as well. Normally, because I have all of this pencil roving, normally I just fluff it up like this and spin from the thing, but I figured I'd make little Rolags, so hopefully make it a little bit easier, because this is nice to spin, but it's also like very kind of hurts to draft from, and it takes a long time, and it tends to, since it's pencil roving, right, so it's almost like yarn, so it likes to twist up on itself in the other way that I'm spinning it, and it's annoying. It's a very annoying to work with, so I figured this sound though, not very nice, is it? But yeah, so that's what I'm doing currently. I've got so many Rolags on my desk and behind me. That's my plan, and then I'll probably go back to the second Minty for this video. Part of why I wanted to pause in between making these two is because I made my plan for how I wanted to spin them. My first bit, this is very tiny and very bright, so you can probably not see it. Now I'm very dark, but you can at least see this. So this was my first one, so I had like green, pink in the first ply, and then double that in the second ply, and then I made this third one, which is this one, with like green, pink, and then double that in the second ply. And I thought, there we go, we're back. I thought I would just make green, pink, and then a bunch of repeats in the second ply for the third one, because that would give like sort of all of them would be similar but a little bit different. But I think I'm just gonna do what I did in this one again, because that was fun to spin, because I get to change colours a lot. I don't know, I think that's what I'm gonna do, but I needed to think. I needed the idea to marinate a little before actually getting back onto spinning that one. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And then I decided, because, give me a second. Because last week we talked about what I picked up at the wool festival, and this one we picked out at the start of this video. It's from the year before. I keep going between ISO settings, I'm so sorry, but it's so bright in here today. I don't want everything to be super washed out, but we picked this out. This is like 250 grams of yarn. Like, I could make this into an amount that I can use for something, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this for when I have a different wheel, and then I'll spin it together with like a wool thread to make a yarn that I can use to make like a cardigan or something, because I think this is going to be quite pretty. And if I just pair this up with like a white or a light blue wool thread. I think we're gonna have enough to make a cardigan. And I'm not about to spin, like, I'm not gonna spin all of this on my current wheel because the bobbins are so small, it's gonna take forever and I'm gonna have to like undo the bobbins and redo the bobbins. It's gonna be so annoying. It's gonna be so annoying. I don't want to deal with that, so I'm gonna save this for later. Sorry, but for now I'm gonna finish making my Rolags and then we can spin this and then we'll see where we're at. Anyway, I'm gonna get back onto what I was doing. I'm gonna go dry the rest of my hair so I can style it and talk in my other video. I wanted to like check in. I don't do that a lot in my videos anymore. I should start doing that again because I'm just feeling yappy. But yeah, anyway, back to the video. On we go with the Rolags. At first I also actually carded the fibre for the Rolags, but as I got further into my Rolag making, I figured I don't think I have to card them, just kind of load up the carder and lightly draft as I'm rolling them up. And there we go! A bunch of really pretty Rolags. They remind me of snail shells or something. I wish I had counted how many I made, but at least it's 100 grams again, so we know that much. But now we can finally spin these. Just like with the Minty Yarn, I'm drafting this into thin yarn and I'll be spinning it straight from the Rolags without anything fancy going on. Just steady treadling and drafting. And OMG, making Rolags made this into such an easy and enjoyable spin. I managed to get the colours in the yarn to show up pretty well as well, and it was just really relaxing to spin this. Not as buttery smooth as a merino project, but still very nice and very easy to work through. And after not long at all, we've filled the first bobbin. I definitely got way more than half of the Rolags on here, but that's okay as I want to chain ply this yarn. But first I will finish these last few bits of wool. All done, time to ply once again. I had a few issues this time with the yarn wanting to get stuck in the hooks on the flyer. I don't think this is a particularly thick yarn, but apparently it's thick enough that it does get caught. The hooks on the wheel are very small as it's originally a wheel built to spin flax, and that is typically spun pretty thin. Sometimes I hack the issue by using a paper clip, kind of like a sliding hook, but since the flyer isn't perfectly straight, it has a curve toward the orifice, it won't distribute the yarn to the end of the bobbin. So it's also kind of annoying. The bobbin is small enough as it is. I think the original bobbin takes about 30 to 40 grams of yarn, while the extra bobbins take 50 to 75 grams, so not being able to fill them properly is quite annoying. Anyway, chain plying is really fun, and we all know time flies when we're having fun, and just like that we have another yarn all plied and finished. But now, what's next? Back to the Minty, perhaps? No, actually, I can't make up my mind on what I want to do with it, so I'm going to switch focus entirely and go for some spindle spinning. I'm still working my way through the purple merino we started in my previous spinning video, so today I want to just vibe with this and work on it a little again. I had some questions about how to wind the yarn onto a Turkish spindle, and the truth is there are more ways than one to do this, but here's what I do. I go under one wing, cross over the next two, then go under one wing, cross over the next two, and repeat. That makes for a very neat little turtle and will also give you a center pull once you take the yarn off your spindle. I'm kind of thinking I might make a little video or video series about how to start spinning on spindles, and if and when I do that, I can go way more into detail about these things. Do let me know in a comment if you'd be interested in watching that. But yes, in short, under 1 over 2, under 1 over 2, and repeat, and repeat. But speaking of taking the yarn off the spindle, I want to do just that. And with Turkish spindles, this is super easy. Just pop the pin out and take the wings apart and you have a perfect little center pull ball. Now I could have filled the spindle up more, but I want to play it safe with my hands. I have wobbly joints and spindle spinning aggravates, especially my thumb base joints, so I'm keeping this project as lightweight as possible. If that means taking the yarn off the spindle often, then so be it. After spinning for a little bit longer, I decided to pause and ply the turtle we took off the spindle earlier. Luckily, I have a second Turkish spindle, so I will be using that one for this. Since it's a center pull ball, I will be spinning both ends together for a simple 2-ply yarn. I had to kind of think of what way I spun the yarn versus the plying, as it's been so long since I plied with the spindle, but it came back to me pretty fast. But that's me all finished plying this first bit of this yarn, and that is also me finished for the day. So let's talk. So I went kind of off script in like every aspect of this video. First of all, wool road trip already happened. I started this video and I didn't have time to finish it before leaving, and so here we are. The wool road trip vlog is already up and posted on the channel before this video even came out. And then I have only spun 100 grams of my Minty yarn. I have yet to decide how I want to finish this spin, how I want to do the third skein. I'm half wanting to spin the last skein as a boucle yarn, or maybe like 150 gram of pink boucle and 150 gram of mint boucle, like solid colour mini skeins for like a fun and textured knit for all 3 of the skeins in the future. I don't know, I'll ponder this for next time. But the skein I'd spun, it turned out really good and very balanced and very sparkly. I don't know how well that translates. It usually doesn't translate super well to camera, but there are lots of sparkles in there. This is my original Minty skein from last year, and they go very well together. The pink is ever so slightly different to this one because they are not from the same seller, unfortunately. The one I bought this from didn't have it, and so I had to buy it from someone else. But anyway, these are the 2 Minty skeins together. I think I've spun them about the same yarn weight. What I did differently this time to this time, other than the colour being ever so slightly different, the thing I did different this time to this time was the amount of colour repeats, and I just love how it came out so much. But yeah, imagine these 2, and then you have like 1 skein of green boucle and 1 skein of pink boucle, or 1 just boucle fractal. That would be really fun and cute and cool. And then we make like a modular shawl or something with all 3 of them. Could be great. Right, I also decided to work on some more hand spun, so I've been spinning on my little Turkish spindle again, and I actually finished the first little turtle off of my spindle, and I plied it. It's on here still. I need to take it off the little spindle, but I plied it because I figured it'll kind of lose its twist if I just let it sit in the turtle. I have no idea how long it's going to take me to finish spinning these 25 grams because I'm spinning super thin, and I don't spin hand spin, no, I don't spindle spin super often. So I figured it would be better to just finish each turtle and ply it as I get to them. Like we talked about in the video, I could have fit a lot more onto this spindle, or this as it were, but like the single. I could have fit a lot more yarn onto the spindle before taking the turtle off, but for the sake of my hands not being too upset with me for daring to spindle spin, I cut it off where I did, and I think that was right call because my hands are fine, but feeling kind of tired now. But anyway, that's that one. What I did intend to do in this video though, that I actually also stuck to, was spinning this skein of yarn, which was the Moody looking pencil roving from the start of the video. But what I hadn't planned when I picked this out was making the entire braid of pencil roving into a bunch of Rolags, which took forever to do. It took forever to make the Rolags, but it really helped the spinning process a lot. This pencil roving is otherwise kind of annoying to work with as it has very slight twist. You can knit with it as it is, so it has a very slight twist, and the fibers are kind of packed together, and yeah, it's kind of annoying to work with when you're spinning. So that's something I will keep in mind for the next time I want to work on the pencil roving. I do still have a bunch of undyed pencil roving and another dyed skein of it in my stash. So yeah, I have an amount of this fibre left, so I will remember the Rolag hack for next time. But yeah, this one also turned out really even and balanced. It's kind of hard. It's not scratchy, but kind of like hard. I'm sure it will soften in soaking, which none of these skeins, well, this old one from last year has been soaked, but none of these that I've made today have been soaked yet, because it wouldn't be a Shaiyeh video if I didn't say I'll soak these later. But anyway, this has been fun. Spinning is always a great time in my opinion, and I'm really glad I managed some very nice yarns today. I think my favourite this time has to be Minty, but how about you? Which one did you like best? Also, sorry for this video turning out a little bit chaotic and not like I had planned, and also not up when I had planned. Maybe I am needing some unplanned project chaos right now. Maybe that's what we'll do in the next couple of weeks. It's all warm and sunny here now, and it's making me inspired to do lots of things, but we shall see. But anyway, let me know in a comment down below what your favourite yarn of today was, and if the boucle idea is good or bad, or let me know what's next on your list of things that you want to work on and start. You put a pin in that for next or the week after next week. Put a pin in that for in a couple of weeks and we'll start stuff together, or just go ahead and start it whenever you feel like it. I'm not going to keep you from starting new projects. But anyway, also, if you don't feel like talking, that is completely fine too. Go ahead and leave some spring themed emojis for me this week and I will emoji back at you. And while you are in the comments, please also take a teeny tiny second to like the video if you liked it, as that helps me out a ton. Thank you! And also, if you are new here, hi, hello and welcome. I am so happy to see you here. Thank you so much for clicking on this face and for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you are new and you'd like to keep seeing what I get up to here on the channel in the future with my videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button and also ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I post all kinds of fun things like knit and crochet challenges, project videos, and more. So if any of this sounds like anything for you, please feel free to stick around and enjoy the little cozy crafting club we got going here on the channel. We also have a Discord for subscribers, which you can find linked in the description of the video. And if you want to get extra or even super cozy, we also have memberships open on the channel if you want to leave some extra support for me and what I do on here, whilst also getting access to some fun perks. I just redid my higher tier a little bit So like we have 2 tiers. The lower tier has you get a little badge next to your name, and you get access to Cheddar and Elsa emojis, and you get updates and posts on a members only private community tab and stuff like that. And on the second tier you also get access to members only videos that I will start posting soon. That will be a little bit of like behind the scenes. I sit and chat and work on something, and we just hang out, have a good crafty time every now and then for a little bit. So yeah, if any of that sounds interesting as well, you can also find that below the video. Should be a button next to the subscribe button, or in place of the subscribe button if you're subscribed, and there's also a link in the description. So yeah, that happened. I also want to take a second here to thank everyone. Speaking of members, a second here to both thank the new members who joined lately. A very, very warm welcome to you. Thank you all so much for being a member of the channel. And also I want to thank everyone who went to my Ko-fi spinning wheel fund last week. Thank you all so much. I am now a step closer to my spinning wheel now, thanks to you, and I'm forever grateful for that and for the help. If you are wondering what the spinning wheel fund is, I made a goal on Ko-fi last week for a new modern spinning wheel. I love my antique wheel that I've been working on today, but I'm very limited in what I can actually make on it, and I'm honestly struggling physically to work with it as well with my chronic pain and stuff. It's quite heavy work treadling that one. It's moody, it's not always a great time. But yeah, so right now I have that up on Ko-fi, and it's also linked in the description of the video, but no pressure or anything. I will for sure make the spinning wheel work regardless, and I've, like I said, already had some help along the way, which I'm so grateful for. But like I said in my last video, any help with getting toward this goal will make it possible for more fun spinning with more fun techniques sooner on the channel. But yeah, once again, a huge thank you for the help so far. I absolutely love you guys. You are amazing, so thank you. I think I'm gonna like put together a little plaque or something with everybody's names who helped when we actually had the wheel. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see what I'll do with it. But anyway, links to everything, including socials, shops, patterns, all of that, as always, in the description of the video. And this has been me talking a very lot again. So now I shall let you go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you all again so very much for watching and for hanging out with me today. And I will see you again very soon in my next video. You guys take care now. Bye.